It's men's title match time here at the original Sprout Malibu Longboard Championships presented by Tractor Beverage Company. We're going to start things off with Sallas. As he tries to fight his way around, can't get out. So now he has a front row seat to Kaniela Stewart, straight to the nose. Another iconic nose ride for Kaniela Stewart, starting strong, right in the pocket, perfect poise and placement, 10 toes over, gets back on the nose. So back-to-back hang tens for Kaniela Stewart. That's how you want to start your title match. This matchup has a deep, long storyline coming to it. Quick hang heels, spins things around. Kind of a messy finish there, but a beautiful, great way to start for Kaniela Stewart. I mean, this heat has everything from, master and apprentice, best bros from way back, two hometown heroes, shaper, team rider. Most difficult equation, just go out there and get the best wave.
Yeah.
And surf it the best.
And when you put in as many repetitions as Sallas, and you'd practice that much, even on a bad day, you're still surfing better than a lot of other people. And that's with Kaniela Stewart. Look at that, 4 steps up to the nose, intricate footwork. I love this camera angle, showing what the surfers have to deal with racing ahead of them. And you see the blue water as that sun comes out. So nice poise for Kaniela. Nothing overly critical, so he wanted to add to it here with a heel hang. Clicks it.
JR's camp is the coolest camp in the surfing world. They're making food for everyone on the beach. They're hanging out. They're smiling. They're enjoying the moment. And speaking of enjoying the moment, Sallas now on the nose, weaving serpentine path straight back to the open face, right out of that hot pocket, up onto the nose, 5 over, gets the 10, leaning forward, knees subtly bent, weaving down the line yet again. A nice turn there for Sallas on the inside. Out the back, you've got Kaniela Stewart, soul arching his way through a hang 10. 5, 10, 20 toes over as we speak, 19:13 on the clock. This right here is giving the judges a lot to chew on as Sallas just finishes on the sand.
This is Sallas' replay, so I love the poise and the style for Sallas. The Hawaiian starting off on this wave with a nice 5 and 10 combo, but it's a silky smooth transitions that are the hallmark of Sallas' surfing. And up on the nose, that hand stall, that shows how deep and critical he is in the pocket. Beautiful camera work there, showing the tail doing all the work in the nose ride. A connection between the surfer and his self-shaped equipment, synonymous with the longboard culture. And Kai just buttery and smooth, and he gets a lovely hang 10 here. 5, 10 in the pocket. Does not get much more critical than that. Surfing excellent through this inside section, and he's not finished yet with a little tap on the inside and complete. And fellow Hawaiian Kaniela Stewart answers back with a nice 10 on the outside, holds it through a critical section. And here, delicate footwork behind the section, deep. That's about as... He's driving through the barrel. If that thing's 6 foot, he's riding inside the wave, and he's not done yet with a critical turn. Snaps that one around, which puts him deeper in the pocket for this next hang 10. And both surfers surfing with control, giving the judges some critical nose riding, and using the whole length of the board, from the tail, the middle, and the nose. With a heel hang for Kaniela, I think he might just get the nod. When you're looking at the wave, the turns look phenomenal front on.
Absolutely.
And the replay is making it look a lot more delicate and intricate for the nose riding. So Sallas getting the nod, 9.57.
Yeah, I think the obvious factor there was that both waves were in the excellent range, and I love that our judges were right on top of it, giving the edge to Kai with the 9.57. And he's back at it, swiveling, making the section, pumping down the line. Quick float there. That was cool looking.
Very cool.
Right in the edge of radical.
Kai's super. He's feeling it right now. He's amped up, just trying to back up that excellent range score, and on the nose here. So does he make it count? Yes, he does.
Oh, yeah.
Long nose ride. Of course he does.
So to me, it's a power element, right? I mean, it's a different type of power than you'd see if somebody really burying the rail and doing a big carve. He's kind of leaning into powerful nose rides, and then those impactful turns that he's doing with tons of flow. There's no, hiccups in the middle of his act on this wave.
And you see that board just gliding along the surface, stands up, delicate with his footwork, and he's on the nose with the same trim line for his paddle. And here he gets to work, middle of the board, just kind of pumping that board, he's giving it to that board, tapping it off the top, generating whatever speed he can because that soft-railed log isn't going to do it from the tail, so he's doing it from the middle, and here he hangs onto that golden glistening section, gets onto the nose, and he makes it count with a critical nose ride. Small, non-consequential, but critical surfing on that inside section.
We've got 10 minutes, 30 seconds left here in title match. Heat number 1, Kaniela Stewart on top with a 15.77 total. Kai Sallas right there with a 14.57. His last score came through a 9.57, added a 5 to that. We'll see what happens on that last scoring wave.
Even Mason Stremmer back then. We got to see Kiani, Canullo, of course, yeah, Kaniela Stewart, Haley Otto. All these surfers were shone in a positive light thanks to Tommy Piruki. But the WSL for having on board and the amazing setup we have down here. There's a Longboard World Tour, 4 stops and amazing spots. You'll just go through the motions to wax up. So Soleil getting ready for her next matchup with Khalees.
Keep those beads sticky. Here we go, Kai Sallas. Just staying busy. Inside runner here. He's up on the nose, so he's making it count. He does need a 6.20. Be a pretty heavy ask to get that number on a wave kind of this small. It wasn't really giving him much room to work there. He did some cool stuff. Got to hang 10 through the mid portion of the wave, but it didn't really give him that, open pocket for him to really work with.
So we're actually approaching we've gone past the low tide mark right now. So he's fading into this. This is more of a high tide wave that you're used to seeing. This is very small, and this would have looked tiny for the judges, but a lovely hang 10 there for Kai. This came in at a 3, and I think that'd be one of the best 3s that he's ever had, or anyone out there would love that hang 10 in their playbook. And that one just closing out. So really far up the point, under priority.
10 seconds to go. Kaniela Stewart most likely and definitely will be the winner of title match. Heat number 1, so that means he is one step closer to winning his maiden World Championships. But let's not forget, Kai Sallas has 2 more opportunities to defend. This is a best 2 of 3 here on finals day, the original Sprout Malibu Longboard Championships.
Kaniela Stewart already had a win in match number 1, so title match. Heat number 2, Kaniela Stewart can win a world title if he wins this Heat 2 of the title match.
It's going to all come down to this. These matches really creating the opportunity for these surfers to build momentum. And this was Kai Sallas, a 6.17 for the opening wave. On that moontail, that nice close 10 driving through the section, nice and high, beautiful body language. And we can see the stepping back to the middle, timing that perfect. And he needs to win this heat to make it go to the best of 3. Kai Sallas, just nice, calm and cool approach on this wave. Getting 10. Nice early start for Kai, building some momentum. That wave, the waves in that last heat did go very small. So just identifying not too many of the sets available. So keeping very busy. And this one went way down the point. And a 6.17, he'll take that.
Taking a win in that Heat 1 of the title match. Now remember, Kai wants to stay busy in this one and back up that score. He's way up on the point here. He's going to have to gain some ground through this section. Does so, gets into the open face, back up into the nose, 5 to 10 on the nose, controlled trim through here, turning from the nose, a little bit of release in the tail, and right behind him, Kaniela Stewart. Kaniela gets the heels, spins around, cannot connect the dots there. So it's all Kai Sallas making his way down the point, is staying in the open face. So Kai's going to put Kaniela in a little bit of a deficit at the beginning of this Heat 2 of the title match.
Wow, and that's exactly what the viewers want. They want to see more of this surfing.
So he really needed this strong start. And again, this is what we saw when he surfed against Ben Skinner, where he uses that long, low paddle line to get acceleration before he even stands up. Straight into a long, crisp 5.10, drops down, stays in the middle of the wave, climbing and dropping on the 10. The degree of difficulty through that nose riding was absolutely outstanding. And then just raising his upper body nice and high and walking back into another critical nose ride. So all of those nose rides were absolutely sensational. Right under the curl, in the pocket, backed up with a nice down carve rail turn and a third touch of the nose, and then a little readjust through the inside, demonstrating his intent, and then riding this wave
Original Sprout Malibu Longboard Champs, presented by Tractor Beverage Company, Kaniela, Stewart. Wave number 2 for the Hawaiian. And our top seed finds his way to the nose and stays there. A little bit of a running wave. He's going to have to make his way through here. Caught up in the whitewater, really working hard to find the open face again. And just slightly behind for a lot of this ride, but then finishes off with a nice nose ride. Calm body positioning from the Queens Beach local, and a little carve to finish. Kai Sallas getting some momentum down the line, paddling into this wave. Sallas on the nose and holds it. Walking back, turning from the middle of the board, another 5 to clear this section. And some undulation weaving down the line. Rail control, nose control, using the whole board. Kai Sallas looking to increase his lead over Kaniela Stewart in this title match, heat number 2. And it appears that Kai has just done that. And we're going to wait for numbers. The numbers for Kai Sallas.
Did go in higher. It was very technical to see that trademark paddle down the line, hunting down the line, staying nice and high. And his nose work, the moon tail, working very effectively. It's holding the 2 points, holding the tail in and helping with the water flow. You can see the contour of the water behind him there, pumping down the line. Beautiful style, de-weighting, lifting his chest up, staying very busy, doing everything this fast wave is asking of him. And a nice carve there back in as it slowed up, so no mistakes at all. In fact, this whole event, he's been faultless, surfing every wave with precision. So this was Kaniela on the replay here. So smaller wave, but the delicate footwork. You see how close his feet are together. He steps back up with such close. No, this was the 383. So this is the wave that wasn't the one that we saw before. That classic California style, the tucked back knee. It's actually Hawaiian inspired originally and perfected on the points of Malibu.
Here we go, Kaniela. Trying to come back right now. 8.6 is what he needs. And that wave just kind of runs away a little bit again. So superior waves actually in this heat going to Kai Sallas, and you can see with the bigger scores, Sam, that Kai is able to bring through.
Yeah, but like you mentioned when Sallas won previously, when you were kind of, priming this second title match in longboarding.
This is the replay of Kaniela there. So he's not feeling the pressure. He's very relaxed today. He's in his own space. Hasn't been super visible down on the beach, but he knows he's needing an 8.6, but the low of a 6.33. This inside section, anything is capable of getting a score through here, but this one just racing away, staying within the middle of the board, trying to find it, not able to capitalize. So
she's got a different approach than Sallas, Erico, but both of them are going to be going for more world titles in the future, and that's for sure.
Under priority, and Kaniela is able to pick this one from underneath the priority of Kai Sallas. And I wonder what Kai saw in this wave that he did not like, because Kaniela is going to work it over to the best of his ability. Aggressive finish there. Really trying to clear into clear water. Not able to do it.
Kai 7.5 and a 7.43 so far. And here goes Kaniela, just trying to get rid of a 4.57, but he's needing an 8.6, and he starts off lovely with that hang 10, but a smaller wave, crumbly, not that spinning pocket that we've seen throughout the day, but he makes up for it here. Malibu can often bowl up on the inside and create a different type of wave if you stay patient, and this one hammering that one off the top. So really working for this score. I don't think it's going to be in the excellent range.
The Kapahulu groin or the Waikiki wall, just bodyboarding, and then graduated to Queens Beach, where he has been a fixture on a longboard ever since. Here we go. Stewart up and riding again. This one closes out for Kaniela.
Wow, surf fans will be licking their lips at home going, we may see a title matchup.
Here we go. And it's official. We're going to go to the third heat. in the title match. Kai Sallas taking out a win in heat number 2 with a 14.93 two-wave total, making his way to the beach where he's going to have to start preparing for a potential world title, guys.
2 supreme stylists in the lineup here at Malibu, the world's most famous surf break, and it all comes down to this. We have 35 minutes to crown our champion. It's 1-1 a few times, so he knows full well the game at hand. And here we go. First wave ridden in our title match. We're looking to crown our men's longboard world champion. Will it be Kaniela Stewart? So far, so good. A smaller wave, but plenty of room to work and plenty of speed to use to his advantage. Does get caught behind this section a little bit, kind of had a roller coaster there. It looked like he made an effort, but potentially the positioning that they put themselves in, maybe a little bit behind where the standard takeoff zone was.
Conditions than we've seen through the day.
And this is the opening wave of Kaniela, so a little crumblier as we expected with that wind this afternoon, but nonetheless, it's not closing out, and he holds a nice tight 5 there, relaxed body language, and just using the middle of the board to pump down this wave, so...
And nothing's going to be stripped from him as he is in. So Kaniela Stewart, small little runner, could be more of a positioning wave to kind of get himself through to that inside section, although he makes full use of it. 2 nose rides already. Nice little 5 there, good turn. So rolling the dice on a little inside runner. His first score was a 4.17. And, you know, again, why not? Why not go on that one? Because he knows it's only going to take him 30, 40 seconds to get back out there. And he's going to have a real good overview of the lineup.
Out of this as quick as possible to get priority.
It looks quite dramatic, and this is the inside, the wide peak. And this is something that is not synonymous with traditional Malibu. This is something with the way the creeks come out, and it's changed the inside peak, but it's allowing a mid-range score of 5.33 on this wave, and that's exactly what he needed. He needed to surf some waves. The scary thing is, he started with confidence, and a confident Kaniela Stewart at the beginning of a heat, that's a long time, and the tides change, but here's a considerable wave for Kai. He's deep, but he's paddling on his stomach, prone as we have seen, to get to where Kaniela took off.
Wow, all technique right there to try to build up as much speed as possible, and he goes down. So now it's a shot for Kaniela to potentially get that top priority spot. We don't know where he is in the lineup, and he's just a little bit behind. So Kai Sallas, that's going to force Kai to really have to hunt for waves of consequence, and this could be one of them right here. Kai Sallas now, much easier positioning on the takeoff. Gets straight to the nose, 5-10. Riding high, gets around this section with style, hanging out there, all 10 over, shifts back to a 5, now cross steps into this speed line. Right behind him, Kaniela Stewart, he's on the nose as well. This is exactly what we wanted to see, wave for wave.
Wow.
These Hawaiian super surfers doing it at an elite level, still going. Kai Sallas all the way through to the sand, rides up onto the beach.
And this opening nose ride from Kai, straight in with the 5, locks on the 10, and look at the climbing and dropping, goes down to the middle of the wave, re-engages the 10, gets back to the top, and a third lock of the 10, and then again using that 5 just to keep that trim speed, and then accelerating from the middle of the board, climbing and dropping, and then picking his line to walk into a nice down carve rail turn, 6 steps back up for a wrap of the 5, into the 10, nice and high on the 10 there, and again walking out cleanly, great footwork, continuous flow, high degree of difficulty, exceptional surfing.
And then to turn around and see Kaniela on this wave. So this is the wave behind Kai's. 4 steps up to the nose, gets the 10, pushing a bit of water, but holds it through this critical section and levitated, soul arching back. Wow, Kaniela Stewart trimming in that forward section, getting the rail engaged, climbing and dropping on the nose again. So this is where we caught up with a nice drop knee variation. The judges will appreciate the full length of the board surfing. So 3 solid hang 10s, use of the rail, and a little bobble at the end. So, and he kicks out of that, so wait to see where that factors in.
What's going to be in store for our longboarders in 2024? We're not there yet. We've got some business to take care of. Here we go. Kai Sallas looking for a 5-4-1. Is this the wave that is going to win him a world title? He's stuck behind it a little bit, has to kick out That's not a championship title. Wave's going to have to get back to the drawing board.
North America, South America, they all have different opinions about. Some will have preferred Kaniela's wave, others would have preferred Kai Sallas's wave, but we know 11 minutes is enough time, and we just want to see him get that.
And second priority, Kai Sallas, smaller looking wave. Looks like he's kind of just toying with it, but he gets up. His last score was a 2.07. He needs a 5.41. Could have a good clean line through the inside section, swiveling a little bit, getting up on the nose. There's all 10 over. Cross steps back. Wave just kind of crumbling around him. Pets the cat, get around that section. Back on the open face. 5 more over, hangs heels. Runs back to the tail of the board.
There was the heels I told you about that he might throw.
Wow, that's going to make things very interesting all the way to the sand. Needs a 5.41. It was a tiny wave, but boy, did he maximize the potential of that one.
I'm going to go out on a limb and just say the tail flip on that board here. So he stands up, and he knew what he was going to do here. He knew it was a small wave, but he needed to get a solid 10, and that he does. Rides high, nearly pushes him off the top of the wave. That's why he goes to 10, wiggling the board. Very technical, stands tall in the nose. He's eyeing this next section. The petting the kitty, the judges won't appreciate that. He didn't necessarily need to do that, but he telegraphed something here that none of us expected. 5, he gets a little click of the heels, steps back. For Kai Sallas, that's something we haven't seen before. For Kaniela Stewart, it's part of his playbook. But we'll see how that one goes in, Sam.
Yeah, I mean, the nose riding he did then, but he used the stretch 5 to slow himself down and lock into the 10. But this could all change with set waves, Matt.
There's 2 waves.
Out the
Kai's
back.
got the first one.
Kaniela Stewart takes a look over the back of this first one. Doesn't like what he's on, so he's going to roll the dice and get back out there. Could be in position to ride the second wave of this set. This one looks like it could be forming up nicely. Puts himself right in the pocket for the takeoff. Kaniela Stewart fully engaged into this wave, runs to the nose, 10 over and goes down.
Wow, and Kai nearly got the score. He got a 5.07, needed a 5.41. It wasn't quite enough, but it was extremely close.
Deep, loving look at this wave. He's going to paddle into it, and here we go. Kai Sallas now. A cleaner line than his previous wave. A little bigger, too. Could have some opportunity to get on the nose. He does. 10 over, 5, now back to 10. Perfectly poised, right in the pocket there. Gets a nice open face turn, gets straight back up to the nose again. Kai Sallas going to the 10. I mean, checking off the boxes here, all the way to the sand yet again.
Wanted to see faded this. Gets off the bottom, soul arches, stalls, waits for the board to suck up the face. It wasn't the time yet. But the next section, rifles away, he holds the nose ride, getting the 10, and here, this is when he feels confident, arching the hips, which is a functional part of the form of the nose ride, because it makes the board rise higher, and again, this one he needs to complete, he knows it, gets the 10, and he knows he's going to finish this completely. You can see him a little more cautious on this wave, but that he needed a small score of 5.41.
Kai Sallas, a great moment to be in, but what they want now is they want a 2-wave set. They both want an opportunity to really put another big score on the board.
Kaniela with priority takes off on this medium one that looks like it's starting to grow down the line. He gets to the nose. There's Kai, front row seat, assessing the situation happening right now as Kaniela clicks the heels over real quick. This wave just dissipating into nothing. It looked like it was going to give him a little bit of a push down the line, and it's still going, but is this a meaningful end to this wave?
He had to go for it, but it didn't have that substance that we've been expecting. The tide's coming in. And I was going to say on Kai Sallas' wave before, he did that fade and expected the board with that heavy, wide tail to suck back up into the pocket, and it didn't.
He didn't really have that kind of run of the pocket that he needed, but the great skills nose riding here into the 5, into the 10, a long 5, and then a second 10, good lift there, and then goes into the heels and the walk back. But at this moment, the wave had lost all of its capacity for scoring potential. So I feel as if he surfed it brilliantly, but chasing that score pretty much a near 7, I'm wondering if the wave really allowed that score to come through.
Whatever the score is, he maxed out his surfing.
He surfs with a lot of integrity. Obviously, his technique, his style, his form, his power, his consistency, all of those elements carried him through. I mean, he took out, I would say, the #1 contender who was leading on the Longboard Championship Tour. Best 2 out of 3. I mean, that's exactly why this format is so fun to watch.
And how inspiring for his kids, a father to have his daughters, Coral and Sissy, on the beach, watching their dad win the 2023 WSL World Longboard Championship.
Yeah, he's soaking it in right now. Come on in. Get your trophy.